Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back here today. It's about my 17th attempt at trying this video. Not even exaggerating on that. Had some microphone issues. Already did one recording that I had to scrap. So we're going to do this again and again and again and again until we get it right. So it's an article from The Federalist. It is dated October 16th, and it's let's talk about the idiotic claim that Israel supported Hamas. And as I said in one of my previous videos, I am putting this out there because you see a lot of disinformation about the Israel-Palestine conflict going on right now. Hamas has very good PR people, and it seems like there's a lot of folks that just, for some reason, you figure it out, tend to just reflexively believe anything the Palestinians say without question. So I've seen this claim going around, and I'm glad, excuse me, I was able to find an article that pretty much debunked it about the fact that Israel supported Hamas. So let's go through this here. Says one of the most misleading, contextless talking points spread by the pro Hamas right and left contends that Israel supported and created the terror organization. It is the political equivalent of condemning someone today for failing to make a citizen's arrest of O.J. Simpson in 1986, and I somehow have the hiccups. Don't know why. Says the myth was popularized by former Qatari propagandist, now one of MSNBC's leading terror apologists, Mehdi Hassan, who, by the way, if you don't know who he is an utter piece of human trash. He is someone that you can find stuff of him online, calling anyone that's not a Muslim basically cattle and pigs and stuff like this. Again, not a nice person, not even a decent person. So, says the insinuation, of course, is that Israel bears moral and historical responsibility for the murder of its own citizens. A lot of these same people, no doubt, blamed Americans for creating Al Qaeda and thus 9/11. The Hamas claim is even weaker, frankly, considering Israel had no hand in arming any iteration of the terror group. We'll skip past the C.S. Lewis and the Inklings thing here. Let's go, Mouse. Don't need you to break too. As an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood, the group was formed in 1967 and legally registered in Israel in 1978 as a non-profit Islamic association. From the start, its stated goal was destroying Israel, joining virtually every Arab group in the area. If Israelis began shuttering every Islamic association and assassinating every leader whose stated goal is the destruction of the Jewish state, it would be in a constant state of war. Yeah, no kidding. As if it hasn't almost been since 1948, when Israel became a thing. But still, I get the point. As Israel, instead, was largely indifferent to Hamas, one of many theocratic groups appearing at the time. When created, Hamas was best known for building medical centers and offering welfare services. Most of Hamas's funding came from foreign sources. Jordan, probably the group's biggest patron in the subsequent years, saw Hamas as a way to influence the politics of the West Bank, and Israel also largely looked the other way, hoping to create a political counterbalance to the terrorist PLO, which is the Palestinian Liberation Organization. As Israel's only known direct funding to the group came, according to U.S. intelligence officials, to fund agents who were spying on the organization. Would any civilized country prefer a religious organization providing social services and power than one engaged in hijacking, suicide bombings, and knife attacks on civilians? Hamas in the 1970s, in the early 1980s, was not violent. As soon as the group began to participate in attacks, as they did around the First Intifada, Israel began cracking down on the organization and assassinating its terror leaders. Of course, that's going to happen. What else were they expecting? There's those sharing quotes with me of Israeli politicians lamenting their role in helping Hamas rarely seem to read past the headline. Of course, Israelis are not seeing the threat earlier and playing realpolitik. That doesn't mean they supported the terror iteration of Hamas. They support a peaceful Gaza. Gonna get rid of those hiccups. Geez, not cutting that out. It says even if Israel had shut down Hamas in 1978, there would be almost surely another fundamentalist organization that would have taken its place and engaged in the same behavior. Political Islam swept through the Muslim world, discovering the failed experiment of Arab nationalism in those years. Palestinians were not immune. This is from a 2009 Wall Street Journal piece exploring the issue. Maria Spitzin, the former head of the Israeli military's Department of Palestinian Affairs, I didn't realize they had a specific department for that, all right, says that even if Israel had tried to stop the Islamists sooner, he doubts it would have done much to curb political Islam, a movement that was spreading across the Muslim world. He says that attempts to stop it are akin to trying to change the internal rhythms of nature. It is like saying, I will kill all the mosquitoes. But then you get even worse insects that will kill you. You break the balance. You kill Hamas, you might get Al Qaeda. As the claim that Israel's support of Hamas was a leading historical reason for the attack is prevalent on social and I should say probably social media, it is just more shameful victim blaming aimed at credulous idiots. And yeah, it's mostly people too that don't really know the history of the area and they just do what they always do, which is reflexively blame the Jews because it's always the Jews, right? Always my people. So just wanted to put this out there as just kind of a, counterpoint to what you're saying about this out there. I know, again, I saw this, and yeah, I don't really know much else to say about it than that. So I'll just leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.